over these past few weeks, in actual fact, I've been having conversations like this, of this nature, which I'm going to be speaking about now, with Paul and other members of the Awakened Brave, trying to work out what it is that I'm doing here, what purpose, if any, am I serving, whom am I serving, to what degree am I serving anybody, is anybody serving me, what do I want out of it, is there anything for me to gain out of it, do I need to gain anything from it? There's so many questions, and the biggest question that I pose to myself is, what is it that people derive out of watching my videos? Because invariably I don't get any feedback, and this has been a bone of contention of mine since the very early days when I started 5 years ago, and I'll be putting up videos and barely a single comment. And I've struggled with this, guys and gals, for a long time. And just as I put what people would consider my final video up, then it gets the greatest response. The most views, the most comments, the most likes, the most interaction, and lots of people encouraging me to stay, to continue doing what I do, because they consider that I am serving a very useful purpose, and lots of people are being helped and making benefits. And I ask the question to people that say this, well, like what? What sort of benefits? What sort of help? Because you don't ever tell me. Nobody ever tells me. Why? I mean, sometimes they'll say, your videos really help me. Well, you see, as a psychologist, I want to be able to know why. I want you to be able to try to articulate a little bit what it is that you've discovered in one of my videos that's helped you, because then if I know what it was and what it is that's helping people, then I can do more of that, can't I? And I can play a better role in providing a service. But if I don't get any feedback, then I'm just kind of like a leaf being blown around in the wind. And that's what I feel like, and so this is why I've done so many variety of videos in the past, just seeing what response I can get, being highly obnoxious and aggressive, just seeing if that rattles anybody's cage, being very gentle and soft and talking about the magnificence of the world, to see if that generates anything, but invariably it doesn't. And so, what can I conclude, having this 5 years passed? Well, I mean, is it just the lesson that I should be learning? Is it that I should be giving without receiving? Because it's never a good idea to give with the intention of receiving, is it? This is how the vast majority of people work. They have an ulterior motive when they give. They always want to receive a benefit at some stage further down the line. What is it, the benefit that I've been looking for? I guess the same as you guys, in all due respect. We've been looking for a certain something. And now I've concluded that that certain something has been here all along. Then it's a case of, well, I can stop my search now. Incessant YouTubing and reading and philosophizing and all this sort of thing. And you see what happened in recent times, and to be fair, throughout this whole 5 years, is that A certain frustration with the human race was born out of my failure to communicate with people, or rather people's failure to communicate with me. There was a breakdown in this communication because it was all one way. And so I now resign myself to the fact that whatever I want, I've got, because it's all within me. Then I don't need to apply any pressure to my viewers into vocalizing whatever it is they're feeling in any respect. And so the new site that I'm going to be setting up, I'm not going to be expecting anything. And true to form, how this world is, I'm pretty sure that when I'm not expecting anything, that's when I'm going to get everything. It's curious, isn't it? And so I'm just going to go with the flow, people. And I'm going to be setting up several YouTube sites, because what I want to do is I want to divide. Well, at least I'm going to be putting my videos up into segregated areas, because it's come to my attention that lots of people will be offended by certain perspectives that I have and certain demeanours that I have deployed in the past. And for instance, if people have had a hard day's work and they're looking for a little bit of inspiration, or they're looking for something to tickle their fancy in the way that I do, they tune into my video site, and instead of getting something which is gentle, soothing, encouraging and helpful, they come up on my latest video, which is an obnoxious barrage of ad hominem, insults, abuse, negative aspersions, any number of things like this. And maybe I could have just been moved by something on the day that really encouraged me to be animated in a certain way. And I deploy certain facets of my personality to deliver my videos. And so it invariably doesn't follow that I'm angry or I'm aggressive or I've really got a bee in my bonnet about something. It's just a natural way in which I deliver a certain message, and it's part to do with the channeling. I can't change that, and you would have noticed, even if you haven't seen many of my videos, you will have noticed that I can deliver messages in very different ways within the space of 5 minutes, from the end of one to the beginning of another one. And people will look at me and go, well, how does that work? Is that some sort of pathology? Is it schizophrenia? How does he go from being very animated and aggressive to being very calm and tranquil? Well, you see, because my state is calm and tranquil unless I want to utilize a certain aggression or forcefulness to deliver my point. And that's just how it works with me. It's a bit like somebody reading an audiobook. We've all listened to very monotone, boring readers. And you go, oh my God, how long's this audio? 7 hours? I don't think I can make it. But you see, if they deploy emotive language and expression, then you're all of a sudden, you're in there, aren't you? And whatever is being read to you has much more meaning and impact. And so that's what I do. And so, getting back to the point I was trying to make here is that when people are looking for something, maybe they've seen several of my videos that are nice and gentle and calm, and you think, oh, I'll just tune into Aaron tonight because I fancy a bit of that. And then you get the odd burst. And you go, oh my God, that's a shock, that put me in a bad mood, I didn't want that, that's the last thing I wanted. I want to try to avoid that. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be separating these videos into different categories. And I'm going to be letting the viewer know that certain videos are rants, aggressive, potentially demeaning, because I'm not going to stop doing that. I'm just being what I'm being, and the universe is moving through me. I am the universe. And so I don't want to change any of that, because I don't want to go against nature, you see. And so I'm just going to be what I am destined to be. And the only changes that are going to be coming about are the ones that the universe wants me to take. And they will come over time. Some of them may come overnight. I've got no idea. But I'll leave it to the universe to decide that. And so when you watch my videos and you take objection to some, perfectly natural, just bear in mind that it's not my core. It's just the facet of personality which I'm calling upon to convey and display a certain message. Now, I'm going to be putting up, I think 3 or 4 videos that I've made in recent times. And there are some occasions when I don't even like what I say. And on this particular occasion, I'm talking about my ego, because many people consider that surely, Aaron, if you are so wise and if you do all this meditation and you've done all these psychedelics, at what stage is your ego going to subside? I would say never. And I would also ask the question, why should it? I'm perfectly happy with it, and this is what I'm conveying in this video. And I'm saying that if people have an issue with my delivery on some occasions, or the angle I take, then they need to take issue with themselves, not with me. And so I didn't want to put this video up because I'm banging on about me and my ego. And I look at myself and I go, oh, give it over already. Just be. But I just feel that, you know, some things have to be said from time to time. I want to show you these clouds in the sky, people, and there's something amazing that happens, and I bang on about it all the time, taking notice of nature. When I look up that sky gives me an amazing feeling. That sky is me, up in these clouds of moisture. There is oxygen and there is water and there are photons, and so the 3 main constituents of what it is to be a human being. And so when you look at it, how can you not feel as if you're not looking at yourself? And then that goes for any trees or bushes. The life-giving, they give us oxygen. They enable us to be able to survive. And so when I'm looking at the natural world around me, I'm seeing myself. I'm seeing a reflection of myself. I'm seeing a reflection of life. And I'm involved in it. My consciousness expands to the extremity of the universe. I encapsulate it everything. And I don't deny nothing. And I don't want anything to be a part of it. It's not like, oh, I only want to take this and I don't want to take that. All is welcome, because all is me. All is you. You see? And so I'm going to put these videos up. Maybe tomorrow, when 100 of you, the main hardcore body of my viewers, have seen this video. And so you can look at those videos and you can look at the peculiar things that I'm saying when I'm speaking about the internal dialogue. Consider these videos, people, and reflect upon your own consciousness, your own body, your own ego, your own mind, because at the end of the day, it is all you. I'm all you. As far as you're concerned, I'm all you. As far as I'm concerned, everything that I'm sensing at the moment is all me, because it's all happening in here, you see? And so when we look at people and we take objection to this person, that person, and whatever they say and their opinions, it's just because we don't grasp the full picture. We've not opened our hearts to the whole world, you see? And I say myself, I say I'm struggling with people. I don't think I'm ever gonna not struggle, because I'm just being a human being if we don't struggle. And one of my viewers imparts a little bit of information, and along the lines of, you know, just accept everything, accept all the thoughts, and then there's other spiritual leaders which say accept the world the way it is. Well, if you can do that and you like that, you do that. I don't want to do it, and I don't think I'd like that, because there's a great part of my personality which makes me human, makes me an interesting person, which doesn't bend over backwards to all the bollocks that goes on in the world. I do have something to say. That's why I'm making these videos, because if I didn't have anything to say and I accepted everything and everybody, then there'd be no purpose for me to make these videos, would there? You see? And so when anybody says anything, when anybody says anything, and it doesn't matter the magnitude of their intellect or the respect that the world has bestowed upon them, they will only ever be partially right. Nobody will give you all of the answers. It isn't possible. We'll go through our lives and we will be taking what we're ready for at any given time, and we'll be rejecting the rest. And then at some stage later in our personal development, we may be more open to accepting some of the things that were rejected initially. You see, Jesus talks about in the New Testament how the world rejected the cornerstone. You see, when builders build a building, they all start by laying the first stone, which is the cornerstone. And this cornerstone has two plumb lines, one going in one particular direction and another in another, and invariably they're in a perfect right angle, and there's a certain math to it, and it's the math that pertains to the square on the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the other two sides. This is the Pythagorean thing, the Pythagoras Theory. Probably the first brilliant piece of math that was ever wrote. And so what it means is, for whatever it's worth, that you will get two dimensions or two digits along one side, and then you get three on another, and then you get 5 going across the hypotenuse. So the square on the two sides is equal to the hypotenuse. That gives you a perfect right angle. The perfect right angle enables you to build square. Very, very important. Jesus said the world rejected that cornerstone, so the world could never be square. It could never start off on the right footing. It laid a wobbly stone. It laid a stone that wasn't true, you see? Just a simple line like this. You see, there's so much to every single line of the wisdom in the New Testament. And even if you think a lot of it is a crock of shit, it depends how you interpret it, you see. It's all down to interpretation. So, I'm on a Rhode Island and I'm on my way to the gym. And I'm feeling very bright about the future. Having had, you know, a week off from incessant YouTubing and looking at videos and considering why there isn't a response and what is wrong with people and any number of things. I'm not going to do it anymore. That incessant pondering, questioning. I'm just going to be speaking about the things that I'm channeled to speak about. And if you want to make comments, okay. I don't even think that I'm going to be responding to comments, because that in itself becomes tiresome. I grow weary of it, particularly in view of when you get comments that are not in agreement, or they say something which is completely unrelated to the video and sometimes stupid. I don't want to get involved with that. I'm going to give people the opportunity to express how they feel via email. It's a much more personal thing. People taking the time and effort to write, you know, several paragraphs maybe, telling me about themselves and how they come upon my videos and how they like the videos and what they would like to get out of them. Just tell me a little bit about you so I know my audience. That's what I'm going to be doing. And so the thumbs up and the thumbs down, that won't be there. I'll read the comments so you can communicate with each other, because I know people like to read them. I'm just going to be making videos. And that way I can find the greatest peace in what I do, you see. Because if I am concerned about comments, and if I put up a video expecting comments, then how many times a day when I'm online do I just check if there's any comments? Has anybody got anything to say? And how many times am I disappointed? I don't want to be disappointed on this level, so I'm going to stop looking. But that doesn't mean to say that I'm not asking you to comment. You comment, I will read them, I won't respond. And maybe you want to engage with other people, you see? Because after all, at the end of the day, what I wanted to do for so long is to kickstart some sort of a community, whereby we have got a community going of like-minded people who do engage with one another. So, I'll end that video here, guys. Bye for now.